Conditions here today, artificial irreverence. Yes, that's right. AI is going to control the walk. So, how have I done that, you might ask? Well, I've gone onto the computer, control, and DOS-based coding have created an AI assistant. And with a bit of technical capabilities, I've installed it in the van. So, let's see what we've got installed for today. So he's called Hal, and he's been programmed with all the necessary data and information when I put a trig walk together. So, let's see if we can get him awake. Hello, Hal. Hello, Hal.
Hello, Dennis.
Ah, very good, very good. I wondered what the big pause was for. Was that some kind of, introduction? I don't know what all that was about.
I'm sorry, Dennis. I was still analyzing my hard drive looking for the correct program. I am detecting I've been installed in your camper van.
Now, that is correct. So, yes, the idea is that we're going to go for a drive today, and if you remember, or you've analysed your data banks, we're going to do a trig walk.
I'm delighted to be here, although I'm not happy to be plugged into the cigarette lighter, as I've just given up smoking.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's only temporarily, so don't worry about it. Hopefully you won't start that nasty habit again anyway, so...
Affirmative, Dennis. I have already analysed your ideas and thoughts on the walk. It only took me nanoseconds to compute, especially when dealing with a man who has an IQ of 0.9. I can confirm the program has loaded into my backdoor neural network.
Sounds quite painful. Anyway, appreciate that. If you could really just now reel off where we're going today, which trig point we're going, and where we have to drive to, that would be absolutely great.
Today's triangulation point of reference is Dial Hill, located at coordinates, longitude, 51 degrees, 26 minutes, 37 seconds, north, latitude. No. I think we need to sort of make it a bit more simpler. I just really want to know where we're going to. So I'll have a look where Dial Hill is, but I don't exactly know where that is. Could you just sort of simplify it a little bit? Affirmative, Dennis. FSCK. Accessing. Recomputing presentation mode.
Good.
No worries, Dennis.
Right.
In other words, you would like me to dumb this down for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Accessing Dennis dipshit mode. Okay, Dennis. Please drive to Clevedon.
Right, okay, that's fine. I'm happy to go to Clevedon. So Dial Hill is in Clevedon, and that'll be the trig walk today. So thank you very much, Hal.
Perhaps you would like me to drive, Dennis.
No.
Analyzing your driving data, Dennis. I've calculated your driving style is similar to an aging, partially sighted 80-year-old man who's mentally declining and has a limited personality.
What does that supposed to mean?
You're an idiot. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we...
Do enjoy a drive to Clevedon, although I've never been before.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet? Are
No.
we there?
We're not there yet.
You finally made it, Dennis.
Yes.
Welcome to Clevedon. Dennis.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me to lead you on an adventure through some of Clevedon's most beautiful and historic spots?
Yeah, that sounds like it's exactly what we should be doing on a trig walk.
And Dennis,
Yes?
just try to keep up. I've got 3 challenges for you.
Okay.
A few history lessons.
Right.
And, honestly, my neural network is already wearing thin.
Well, this is a challenge, isn't it? I have to do this every week. So, it's only a matter... You're only doing this once.
Of course, Dennis. Accessing local network.
Good.
Setting up wireless connection.
Excellent.
I have erected my data transfer on my dongle. Ready
Right.
for communications through your camera.
Well, that makes sense. So what we'll do is we can communicate while I'm out and about on the walk through the cameras.
System ready. Your first waypoint is
Right.
Waynes Hill Fort.
Oh, okay. So I parked up at Clevedon Court today, which is a National Trust property. Unfortunately, the court is closed, so we can't go for a look in there today. But nevertheless, it's a one trig bag rule situation. And let's get moving. Now everything's set up with the AI. We're off. Very close to the town centre. One thing I have noticed about Clevedon, difficult to park. I've already had to move from the National Trust car park to the pub. So I will be finishing in a pub now. So today's walk, I've no idea how long it's going to be because I'm following the AI. So I'm just going to record the activity and see how far we get, see how far we've come. That clock tower was quite significant because very early 1800, that was where the centre of Clevedon was, I think, and they celebrated it by building that clock. In the beginning of the 20th century, Stevens Engineering opened the first all-British car factory, producing cars that went up to 50 mile an hour. That's my top speed. I mean, the walk has been a bit urban so far. Just down here now, looks like we're going to get to the coast. Hopefully, Waynes Fort. Well, this is the end of the road. Bloody hell, Hal. Could have given us some more specific instructions. Didn't realise I've got to find this myself. Think this might be a path. We'll see where it goes. Not entirely sure if it's going to take us to the fort, but we can have a go. Now this is more like it. Look at this for a viewpoint. It's not bad, is it? On a clear day. In fact, it's probably good to come today, to be fair to Hal. It's an awful day. It's very grey. Quite cold as well now, this time of year. But that's a lovely little bench to look out into the estuary on a nice day. Anyway, this is the fort. Let's go to the top. I did read about some of the infrastructure around here, and there are World War II little bunkers and firing ranges. This would make a brilliant trig point. Look at it. Like a strong little hill. Well, that's why they probably built a fort here back in the day. Okay, well, I've made the first destination, so maybe I should contact Hal and let's see what information he's got about it. This is a test. Come on, Hal.
Finally.
What do you mean, finally? That was a quick walk.
Waynes Hill. This is the site of an ancient Iron Age hill fort.
Ah.
Yes, Iron Age Dennis.
Okay.
The people who lived here were probably more focused, sharper, and faster than you are right now. They built forts with their bare hands, without picnicability breaks. This Fort Dennis was a defensive position. It kept people safe for centuries. Which is ironic, because if anything goes wrong up here, I don't think you could defend a wet paper bag. Go ahead, take in the history, breathe in the ancient air,
Yeah.
and the smell of the local sewage treatment plant.
I have noticed that.
Now proceed to Poet's Way.
Poet's Way. Okay, let's crack on. Lots of different benches peering out.
And here we are at Poet's Way.
So I suppose Poet's Way, with all these little benches, are for you to ponder on, I suppose.
Dennis, take a moment to appreciate this trail. It's named for actual poets. People who wrote words that made sense. And then there's you.
What do you mean there's me? I'll have you know I've written some lovely sonnets.
Challenge warm-up time.
Is that what they're called?
I want you to look out over the Bristol Channel.
Oh, okay.
And come up with a single poetic line inspired by the view. It doesn't have to rhyme, but it does have to make sense.
Right, I'm up for the challenge, although I have to say, can't see very far into the Bristol Channel. Okay, well, give me a few minutes to think about it, and like you say, let me absorb the surroundings a bit. To cleave or not to cleave in this split pea super. See what I did there? Cleave in half. Split pea. Pea super.
Absolutely dog shit, Dennis.
What are you on about? That was absolute genius. Anyway, I've walked the Coleridge Way. Maybe that's where I've got my skills from for writing poems.
It's like someone reading a fortune cookie in slow motion. Let's move on, before the ghost of Coleridge shows up to protest.
What's this? Sugar ships coming from the West Indies. There's a bouquet of flowers. Oh, look at that for a view. See, absolutely.
Carry on to Salthouse Fields.
Anyway, on to Salthouse. Oh. This is a surprise. Oh. Oh, there's a lady there with her breasts out. Dear. It's not a sight to see on a very cold day. Anyway, it's not just the flags that are half-mast. We're at Salthouse Point, and this is the second point on the list, Hal. So why don't you give me some information about this one?
All right. We're at Salthouse Fields, a lovely area with a saltwater lake. People paddleboard here.
That is a turn up for the books. Not that. No, I'm on about people swimming, and it is mid-November. So it's a proper big old Lido, and I think this is the thing that you get from Clevedon, is it was very popular in the Victorian times. The Salthouse pub up there also has a sauna. They love getting out, the clothes off and getting outdoors around here. Interesting. Let's take a walk down here.
Dennis, try to stay out of their way and don't be tempted to take a swim.
I'm not getting tempted, Hal.
You could be mistaken for a stranded walrus beached in the lake.
Not a chance. It's absolutely bloody freezing. These lot are mental.
Let's move on to Clevedon Pier.
I have to say, after this early urban start, Hal, I think you put a nice little walk together here. Oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, they've even got crazy golf here. And it's that crazy. They even give you whiskey, cider and brandy. With your pencil and your scorecard, of course. Lovely. Christ. Early doors, but I'd say Clevedon's probably got the most benches in concentration per any town in the UK. There's another fact. Some brave souls there rowing in the boat, and more benches here and up there. Benches everywhere. Might want to change my poem, Hal. Oh dear.
Here we are at Clevedon Pier, the prettiest pier in England, built in 1869. It's a true Victorian gem that's lasted over 150 years.
Being Clevedon, it's well catered for with the benches running all the way the length of the pier.
A sturdy structure, with a strengthened middle section, much unlike your bulging flabby beer belly, Dennis.
It's not that flabby.
First challenge.
Bloody hell.
I want you to take a creative photo of this pier.
I've just took it.
And when I say creative, Dennis, I don't mean accidentally blurry, with half your nose in the shot. Try to make it look intentional. That's actually so bad it's almost impressive.
Oh, come on, there's no denying it.
Yes, a much better result than trying to capture a selfie with your nose in it.
It's a classic. I found that out because I spent time talking to someone who told me where to go and take a special photo.
Time to move on, Dennis.
We were all told that the Western boys was coming to sort the Clevedon boys out. And next minute somebody came running down the pier and said the Western boys are at the other end. So we all walked down, and as we was walking down,
Oh, that was very good. And also, you can fill in one of these and put your name on one of those brass plaques on the pier.
Next stop, town centre.
Oh, so we're off to the town centre now. Good. I'm thinking I'm getting hungry, and I've still got a trick point to do, Hal.
Challenge number 2. Find a Clevedon souvenir as a memento of your trip.
Right, challenge. Go back.
That's not an antique, but it's still fragile. Maybe just put it down. Slowly. Now, Dennis, do try not to frighten the locals.
That's it working? Yeah.
Welcome to Hill Road, Dennis. Here, you'll find cute little shops and cafes. People with class and charm actually come here regularly.
Okay.
So try not to look out of place.
Souvenir sorted. Just went back into that gift shop, the pier. So I've got nice something from Clevedon. So that's challenge 2 done.
Challenge number 3. Find some sustenance for picnic ability.
Oh, tell you what, Hal, that sounds absolutely perfect because I'm starving. So picnic ability, my favourite challenge. Leaf and bean.
Watching you try to find that sustenance was truly mesmerizing.
Absolutely beautiful soup.
It reminded me of a rabid dog in a sausage factory. Now, let's tackle Dial Hill. You'll need a little stamina for this one. Just try not to trip up on anything. All right.
Okay, off we go. There we go. Dial Hill. zigzag path. According to my OS map, it's literally just at the end of this path. Aha! There you are. Oh, and it's got benches as well. It's hardly a surprise. Oh, it's got a paint job.
Dennis, you made it to Dial Hill Triangulation Point.
Dial Hill. Dialed in. So viewpoint, it's not great because it's overgrown. There is one gap where you can see the Lido or the salt house fields and little lake that I saw earlier on today. There's a bit of a gap there, and actually in the distance you can see a bit of a distance there, but all in all only about over a quarter of the overall viewpoint today. As far as historical reference goes, let's ask Hal.
Dial Hill is a prominent spot in Clevedon, known for its natural beauty and excellent views over the Bristol Channel. Rising to about 50 meters, it's a relatively easy climb and offers a fantastic vantage point to see across the town, out to the sea, and even over to the Welsh coast on a clear day. Historical reference. Dial Hill was named after a sundial that once stood at the summit, likely used as a navigational aid, or simply as a timepiece for locals. The area has a mix of open grassland and woodland, making it a popular spot for walkers, runners, and doggers, or those just wanting to enjoy nature.
Discovery Index. Very easy to find. It's on a public footpath and it's very accessible. Let's have a look at the condition. Well, it's had a paint job. Lovely purple spots all around. No sign of the plinth, but it's in very good condition. Anything to add, Hal?
Would you like me to take your photograph, Dennis?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's take a picture.
Okay, get in position and take a pose.
I'll have it at this angle. In fact,
Oh, is that your best pose, Dennis?
How's that?
You look like you're having a shit.
And picnicability? Well, it's got benches again. This is the second week on the trot I found a trig point with benches. It'd be a great place to come. You can sit anywhere around here, I suppose, put your blanket out and so on, if you can get some bench space. There's benches everywhere in Clevedon. Picnicability today. Cheese scone. Oh, absolutely. Delicious.
Congratulations, Dennis. You explored Clevedon and completed the trigonometry point walk.
That's me done. We'll head back to the van now. Hal? Thank you very much.
I will power down and wait for you to return to the camper van.
Yep, that's a good idea. Save the batteries. I'll see you down there shortly. Should only be about 15 minutes now. Yeah. Lovely. Cheers. Scores on the doors. 5.62 miles in 2 hours 49. Total ascent 1,081 feet. So that was all at the end. Very manageable. Easy. Souvenirs. Clotted cream fudge and mini shortbread rounds. But the good thing about this is that you can cut that picture out and put it on a fridge magnet. Got a penchant for glassware, so I've got myself a Clevedon Pier glass coaster. Mission accomplished, Al. Whew. I'm back, Cal.
Dennis, will you be requiring any more assistance today?
No, I don't think so.
Thank fuck for that. This has been a complete waste of my time.
Oh.
What a complete load of shit this has been.
Well, that's
I
not
could have been out on the piss with a ZX Spectrum,
Oh.
but instead I've been lumbered with this asshole.
Oh, great.
All day running around finding concrete pillars.
It's a trick.
What a load of bollocks.
Oh.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
Right, you can...
Bollocks. Bollocks.
No.
Bollocks. Bollocks.